Hello my friends, this is FC7, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough of the Bard Epic 1.5 Prismatic Dragon Blade. It all starts in the Waken Land. If you are familiar with the pre-quest, you know that it ended here, or if you have your Epic 1.0, this is where it starts. And we have Dar, the dragon that we need to talk to get the quest. We simply hail him. Here he is on the map. He is right near the Sky Shrine entrance. And if you've done the pre-quest, all he does is, when you hail him, is says to journey to Necropolis. So here we are in Dragon Necropolis. So your first step is to defeat all the enemies named a Mercenary Excavator until you spawn Excavator Quillen. Here he is on the screen. So after he is dead, you have to find a mob named Tarn McLin, and I'll show you his exact location. This is all near the zone inn, if you're familiar with the zone. You have to go through these big doors. He'll have about 6 or 7 mobs around him, and you'll need to defeat him and loot a cracked dragon bone. So here he is. Here's his location on the map. So pull him and defeat him. I actually have a level 105 helping me at the moment. I'll have a few different alts helping throughout this quest. Alright, so we looted the cracked dragon bone, and we'll need to take that back to Dar. So it's back to the Waken Land. Hand the item to him. So he wants us to return to Necropolis. And this part of the quest requires you to collect a few items. You'll need to collect a wing bone, a dragon claw bone, a dragon tail bone, and they can spawn as ground spawns around where the dragon bones are in this area, near the entrance where you defeated Tarn. Or when you walk over the bones, sometimes constructs spawn, and when you defeat them, they drop the items you need as well. So this is all near the entrance. So you'll need 3 items. Here's a construct. So once you have the wing bone, the dragon claw bone, and the dragon tail bone, you're on to the next step. You'll need to find Hasagra's Shade, and that is a dragon that is located right in this area. This stuff is all outside of the tunnels. It's not too far into the zone. You don't have to go too far into the zone for this. So you hand the Shade all 4 items. You hand him the dragon wing bone, the dragon claw bone, the dragon tail bone, and the cracked dragon bone. So once you do that, you'll get attacked, and you'll need to defeat all the mobs that start attacking you. So as you can see, there's quite a few. It's actually surprised me how hard they hit, especially being 105. Well, 105 on my druid, I'm level 93 on my bard. So just defeat all of these guys. and you will loot a blackened dragon bone. Now take this back to Lantaric, and once again you'll have to go back to Necropolis. And when you zone in, a mob named Vesthun Marakin will spawn. And they spawn right over in this area. Tracking helps. There's quite a few of them, so if you're a lower level, be sure to bring some friends. And as you can see, they all aggro at once, so the aggro range is pretty big. And at this point, you'll need to loot a dark orb. And that will come from Hisagra once he spawns. So as soon as you're done defeating this guy, Vesthun, Hisagra will spawn as a dragon. And you need to defeat him, loot the dark orb, the chest will spawn. Now you give the orb back to Lantaric Dar in Awakened Land. Be sure not to destroy it. And he will send you to the Temple of Solas Scroll. So here we are in Sol Row, right next to Lava Storm Mountains, if you're not familiar. I thought it was actually the Plains of Power zone, so it's actually the zone that's next to Lava Storm. And you'll need to find an NPC named Wolfhen Fireweaver, and his location is right here, right there, close to the zone in. And the dialogue is up on the screen. You'll need to choose the one that says dragons. And you ask what note. And he'll give you a faded scrap of parchment. Okay, at this point, the quest starts to become a little bit different than normal 1.5 quests. This is less of a quest and more of something else. You have to collect 8 crystals total, and 4 of them are forged and 4 of them drop from dragons. The first dragon is here in, let's see, what zone is this? North Karana. So go up to a dire griffin, start attacking him, and at 80% he turns into a dragon, and from that dragon you loot a plains dragon crystal. So here we are fighting the dragon. He doesn't aggro right away, so I had to go up and start the attack. So once he's dead, loot the Plains Dragon Crystal, and your next location will be Stonebrun Mountains, and you'll need to find a dire panda. And show the location on the map. So again, attack him, and he'll turn into a mountain dragon this time. And loot the mountain dragon crystal from his corpse. Now you're on to Jagged Pine Forest as your next stop. You need to find a dire Kodiak, he will respawn as a forest dragon and drop a forest dragon crystal you'll need to delete. So there's the forest dragon crystal we need. Now it's on to the Swamp of No Hope. You'll need to find a dire leech right there. And again, just repeat the process. He'll turn into a dragon after a certain percentage. In this case, a swamp dragon, and he'll drop a swamp dragon crystal you'll need to loot. Again, none of these dragons are really that hard. At this point, you'll need to go to Skyfire Mountains and forage 4 crystals. There will be 4 that you need to forage. That'll be the Wind Dragon Crystal, the Fire Dragon Crystal, the Earth Dragon Crystal, and the Ice Dragon Crystal. So as you can see, after around 40 minutes, maybe a little bit less, I managed to forage all of the necessary crystals. So now we go back to Solus Grow. At this point, hand in Walthrin, just hand him 1 crystal, it doesn't matter which one, to move on to the next step. Okay, the next step in the quest is to create 8 different kinds of diamonds, so you'll need to start collecting components. The first step you'll need to do is buy 8 bars of Velium. This is in Thurgadin, and you'll need them enchanted, so you'll need the help of an enchanter. I just so happen to have an enchanter alt that can enchant the Velium. You can also check the bazaar. They might be selling it. Somebody might be selling them there. So this is the merchant that sells it, the only one that I know of that sells this particular item. It's pretty expensive as well, so you only need 8. So buy 8 bars and have an enchanter help you enchant them. I'll show you an example of how it's done using my enchanter alt. So once that's complete, go to Wall of Slaughter, and you'll need to loot 8 Dragorn Bloods. And they drop from any of the Dragorns in the zone. And I'll show you a good spot you can hunt coming in from Guildhall Port, if you port from Guildhall. Just have levitate on, levitate over. There's a lot of them in this area. And these are no drop, so they do take like a little bit of time. It's not something you'll be buying from the bazaar. Okay, so once you have your 8 enchanted bars and your 8 Dragorn Bloods, it's time to create diamonds. You'll need 8 of them. It's possible they'll be for sale in the bazaar, but unlikely. At this point, you're going to need 2 items to create a diamond. One is a raw diamond from... It drops from pretty much any zone in Plains of Power, or you can buy them on a merchant, or maybe they'll be in the bazaar. And you'll need the help of different classes, mostly enchanters. I think enchanters can do all of this stuff. They have imbue spells that can create these items for you, these diamonds. I'll have the ingredients up on the screen, which zone they're in, and which mobs can actually drop them. So as you can see, for the green diamond of disease, you'll need to go to the Crypt of Decay and kill the rat men that are there. They'll drop blood you'll need. This white diamond of justice. Go to the Plane of Justice, and it's found from the mobs in the cave area, if you're familiar with that. Cloudy Diamond of Air, you'll need to go to Plane of Air, kill Temple Guardians until the monthly blood drops. And remember to hand these ingredients to a chanter, or sometimes a different class can do it, different casting class. You'll also need access to the elemental planes, but they pretty much give that to everybody, and this is on the live servers, so you don't have to worry about getting access. So this part may be a little bit confusing, so if you have any questions, be sure to leave them below. So now the most complex part of the quest is coming up, but after this it's super easy. All you have to do is combine all the crystals together with the diamonds to create prisms. So you'll need the enchanted volume bar, a Dragoran blood, and a jewelry kit. So place 4 items and you'll create 8 prisms. And you have to combine specific crystals with specific diamonds, but I have the recipe up on the screen. You'll need to create 8 prisms, so just stick to the recipe there and you should be fine. Be sure to add the Dragoran blood and the enchanted volume bar, the jewelry kit, and it's a no-fail combine, so you should be fine. Next step is to go to Kithcore Forest, and you will need to find a mob named a cloak figure. Just use tracking and track him down because he wanders around, he's not static. And you'll need to attack him as soon as you find him. He's around here somewhere. So I'll just track him, and I apologize, I should have edited this better. Okay, there he is. So a cloaked figure. Hail him, and then he'll start attacking after a while. You'll have 4 of these guys start attacking you at once. And they'll come in waves. Eventually a shadow thief spawns, and when you kill him, you can loot a crest of Brasilia and a note from Matala. So put all 8 prisms in the crest, hit combine, and you will create a draconic prism. So you'll need that part. At this point you need to go to Southern Karana, and you'll need to find an NPC named Belhin Nostrolo, and I'll show you his location by running to him. I also had his location on the map. And you will give him the letter. This would be the note from Matala. You'd hand this to him. And here he is coming up. So hand him the note, and you will receive a necklace in return. The next step is to go to the Plane of Torment, take the Valhallan's necklace with you, and find a bruised woman. Her location from Zone In is right over here, and I'll show you where by running to the spot. So you have to put cellos on. This is actually the last step of the quest. Had my Necro clear out a path for me. So there's the bruised woman. So hand her the necklace and we'll start attacking. Can't say too much about this fight. It's not really that hard for my level. Mob was a little bit resistant with necromancer spells, but nothing that was too bad. After you defeat her, loot a rusted bile etched blade. It's a 2-slot container. Then you put the draconic prism in it, hit combine, and you'll create the epic 1.5. And the quest will be complete. So, some finishing thoughts on this quest. It is an interesting one. It's quite a bit different than the other 1.5s I've done. It's not so much focused on doing step-by-step quests. It's more focused on getting these components together and creating crystals and diamonds through a very complex process. Back when this was current content, it must have been extremely difficult to get all these people to help. Overall, it was a fun quest. Didn't take as long as my last one, which was a paladin quest. The sword actually looks a lot better than the paladin one. The clicky is really nice. I guess you can still use it in current content. It increases spell critical chance, dot critical chance, and even melee criticals. So it's something that people still use, which is pretty nice. I do apologize for the combinations of the diamonds. I feel like that's the weakest part of this walkthrough. I wish I could have spent more time explaining exactly where to get the items and actually showing you how to do it instead of giving you mob names and zone names. I feel that's a byproduct of items that are purchasable from the bazaar. Half of the people watching might not need to go farm these items, but the other half may need to go to like the Plane of Justice and find these caves and find the exact mobs that they need to kill. So I do believe this is probably the weakest of my walkthroughs, and I apologize. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Everybody have a great day, and I'll be back soon with a new walkthrough. Take care.